All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Uh, Taking out a drive here. We are leaving work. Um, you can see we're kind of at a stall point here, but we had a little burst of snow come through, so we got some snow-packed, icy roads. We're going to test out full self-driving here as we just started going there and slipped a little bit. Testing out full self-driving on these conditions, and we're going to kind of make our way down the interstate. You kind of see traffic is pretty bad, so we're just going to do a little stress test here of full self-driving. We're running version 14.2.2.2. Right, still in our mouthful version of full self-driving. So we're trying to get out of the school parking lot here, which can also be a challenge. But had a burst of snow come through here this afternoon. More snow is on the way as well. But kind of afternoon commute, snowy, wet, snowpack conditions to kind of test out how FSD handles. Probably because there's probably gonna be slick spots. I've heard it's been slick from other people that I know that have already driven away. So we are going to see here as we do a little kind of three-way stop action here. Oh, okay, we're gonna go. So we're headed over. I don't think I had the right of way right there, but that's fine. So exit the parking lot here, start heading towards the interstate, make our way down, see what it's like with FSD, and kind of see um, what we might encounter here as well. But so we've been sitting on this version for a little bit, um, probably about I would say 2 weeks now, I believe. Then we've been sitting on this version, so the 14.2.2.2. So slipping right there a little bit. Things you can't feel. I might not really be able to see it on the video as well, but yeah, we're supposed to get a bunch of snow tonight. First wave came through, started it. Right, roads are getting packed now. Especially good wet snow that came through. So it'll be good to kind of see how this goes. Ooh, and we're sliding. There we go. All these cars are turning here, so you can't see to my left here, but a bunch of cars trying to turn into the school parking lot. Others coming down the road going straight. So we're kind of just creeping out. See how it goes. Currently an active school zone as well right here. So we might need to control the speed a little bit since it is a school zone. Which it's kind of doing, but right, not a snowstorm or anything like that, but this is more just slick, icy conditions. Kind of see how all this is going to handle. And normally a 30-minute drive is going to take me 40 minutes because I'm sure traffic's not looking good because it did snow and people are not the best drivers going through this type of stuff. So we should be done with the school zone here. I need to do some climate stuff here as well. Get my back window defrosted. But people taking it slow right now, so right, looking at conditions. It's always good to give this stuff a test in the conditions like this. I've been noticing recently with 14.2.2.2 some weird just weird moments, right? I posted on X the other day about 2 times on this version where it's like I'm driving 50 something miles an hour on the road. Like the first time, it actually put on the blinker and almost started getting over or off onto the shoulder. The second time, it did basically the same thing. Didn't use the blinker, but going 50, and it was a spot up here, trying to get onto the interstate. Ooh, all that slush. Um, just like was going into the shoulder, like just randomly, nothing in the road or anything like that. And then the other day, even some weird quirkiness that came. I'm sitting there going, what is it? Like those moments of what is it doing? So, not sure if that was just a fluke, but there were moments like that. So, but coming up to the light here. So this is from where we'll get onto the interstate and kind of see how it's doing. But and then yeah, some of the other quirks were like some just weird lane decisions or lane changes, I suppose, and you're kind of wondering like what's really going on, like yeah. So it was seeing some weird things, but I guess that's just what comes with it as well. But like I said, we're running 14.2.2.2, so I don't think I've seen any newer versions coming out on other people's cars yet. So this is more of that test. We're deep in the version 14 now, so what's being refined and what's still out there that's not working as well necessarily. Got a green arrow here. Let's get go. See if we get any little sliding here. It's not super slick or anything, but it's slick. The snow came in up here. You can see the slush. This stuff's going to freeze over real quick once the sun goes down. And we're about to get behind a snow plow, it looks like, as well. And here we go. So headed towards the interstate. And I expect it not to be slushy or anything on the interstate. It should be dry. But see what the traffic's like and all that. But we can kind of tell we're taking it slow. So FSD here is taking it slow, especially this car comes up on, thanks. They haven't plowed or anything, like that lane is like still covered in everything. And this guy decides to pass around it and go through all that crap and just spray the car. So love it. Thanks. It's helpful. But yeah, this is where right up here is where it like wanted to veer off into the shoulder. Ooh, and this is gonna be tight here because again, snow on this side. We gotta get over anyway. So the car behind me is like not necessarily being super cooperative, but it's figuring it out. So that's good. But you can tell in these newer versions of version 14 that it is adapting to the conditions that are out there. Because even right now, through this whole stretch to get onto the interstate, we would be going a heck of a lot faster. Excuse me. And then yeah, getting weird things like moving over when we're gonna have to move back over. So I've seen a lot of that, and even without just snow on the road, or slush or wet roads or anything like that. Like weird lane change decisions or lane, you know, moments of like picking which lane it's going to get into. It's like, what's going on? So things to work on. And we're going 50 into 75 right now. And we're running on standard here. I'm not running in like a chill mode or anything like that. to clean that windshield up. But like I said, again, not driving too fast for conditions necessarily. But we are going to have to keep cleaning the window. So 61, 62, and the 75. It could get over to the left lane, make these passes if it really wanted to. But that's, to me, probably to others it's not, but to me it's more smart to operate this way, to especially because now we're braking here. But now that we're on the interstate, I'm gonna speed it up here. If something does happen, I need to jump in, I'll jump in um, as well. So speed it up for you as you can kind of watch how this goes down the busy interstate, I suppose, during winter weather conditions. So enjoy the ride, and I'll see you next time. All right, I'm jumping back in here as we're driving, just to highlight kind of what just, again, like generally, especially going on this interstate, I got a bunch of videos that I have up on my channel that you can watch. Usually stay in the center lane unless you need to pass, go to right, left lane, get back into the middle lane. But more recently, it's just been wanting to come all the way over into the far right lane, um, which is a you know I guess to a degree what it's kind of supposed to do, maybe, but you can also 3-lane interstate or whatever, 3-lane highway, camp out in the middle lane um, as well. So they're interesting choices, I suppose, that come with this. And like I said, that's really more in this version. With, like I said, with 14.2.2.2, whatever, that's been making these kind of weird choices. Was a little moment back there where someone almost got over as we were in the left lane. Probably see that car reacted a little bit. But right now, we typically see traffic through this area just because they're doing construction up here between these two exits. But again, so right now, middle lane's wide open. I can look back in the mirror, see a semi truck way back there, but we're not getting over, right? And I can force it to get over, um, putting the blinker on, but like we're going 30, 40 miles an hour now in a 45, and the left 2 lanes of traffic are moving, but we're camping out here in the far right lane. And so even as I've been driving, sometimes I've had to, put the blinker on, get it over to get it moving as well. So just kind of wanted to point that out, but we're going to keep talking here as we go through all this. Um, yeah, compared to up north, weather that I mean, it snowed a little bit down here, but it's nothing like it was up there. So that's trying to highlight those slick roads and afternoon that traffic. We're kind of past that part of it, but once we get through this construction area, we'll go back to speeding it up and you kind of watch it drive the rest of the way through. So we'll see what happens here. Because me again, we're in this far right lane. To me, an interesting lane choice that it could have made. Um, and it's not because, like I said, of the conditions. It's been doing this. So it's, you know, now that we're moving here, I have to put this in the light. So now we get over. And that wasn't me. I'm just messing with the wipers. We'll see what happens here too, because I've had it where it gets over, and then gets back over. Just kind of, like I said, watching the choices it's making, so to speak. There go the wipers, but no, I mean, yeah, like you said, I mean, it's doing fine moving through this area, and they got back into this middle lane. Again, construction between these two exits on the interstate. But then it's like, it's 55 through here, so we're going 35, and why are we not getting over in the left lane to go past all this? So, just like I said, look, a few little quirks like that. It's kind of where I'm at with all of it. And once we get under this bridge and off, we'll be out through this construction area. So, yeah, so I'm going back speeding it up. Um, hopefully don't have to necessarily jump back in if something happens. So if that's the case, then give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll